Hello friends, wrestling enthusiasts, sports card collectors, it's Tom from CollectAWrestlePalooza. I have a funny story today. So I bought this card on eBay. It's a Grail card of mine. When I bought it, it has a Pop 1, right? And when I say Pop 1, I don't mean Pop 1 being that this grade level has a Pop 1, meaning that it has only been graded once by PSA. So this morning I go back, I look at the PSA website, and guess what? It's got a Pop 2 now. And guess what the second grade is? It's a 10. So not only does it have a Pop 2 now mine is the lowest graded card in circulation, but whatever, it's fun. This is a PSA 8 Ultimate Warrior number 127 in the rare 1989 Classic. I'm gonna open it on video, let's have some fun.
CollectAWrestlePalooza. CollectAWrestlePalooza.
Alright, so folks that watch my channel know I love the 1989 Classic series. It was put out by Gametime / Classic Cards, and it features the same images as the 1990 Classics, which we all know and love. They're overproduced, but they're from the golden age of WWF, which is the federation that I know and collect, and the 89s were produced a year earlier. I don't know if they were test market, if they were just a licensing issue where Gametime put them out instead of Classic. I don't know the exact story of it, but I do know that they're much rarer than the 1990 version, and of course because they were put out a year earlier, that makes them more desirable in the case particularly of rookies. So 1990 is Ultimate Warrior's rookie year, 89 would be the true rookie, and this is the true portrait rookie. So this card checks off so many boxes, which is why it's been a Grail card of mine for so long. And of course when it came up on eBay, I jumped all over it, and then it's a PSA 8. I'm all excited because I know that PSA's only graded one of these, and it's graded it in an 8, which is a pretty high grade, thinking that this is just a card to covet into the future. Spent a little over $80 on it, which I thought was a pretty good deal considering the story and the scarcity of the card. And of course now I see that there's a PSA 10. So whoever has the PSA 10, please post a comment on this video. I want to know who you are. I want to trade stories. I want to have some fun with this. I'm not upset about it, of course. This is all fun, and I love the hobby, and I love stories like this. This is what makes the hobby fun, is all these chases and people chasing the same cards, people going after better grades. That's great. It all adds to the history and the lineage of these great cards and these great artifacts. So without further ado, let me open up the package here and let's take a look at it. So in this mailbag, I'm only opening up this one card because, you know, like I said, this is a Grail of mine, so I didn't want to distract by opening up a number of cards on this video. But I'm really excited. Not only does the card have a great history and a great story, and in my opinion, some value to it because of the rarity, it also is a really good looking card. Ultimate Warrior, here it is. Love these objects. Now, this, like I said, got an 8, 1989 Classic Portrait Ultimate Warrior. What an amazing, amazing looking card. Look at him, he's got his flex. Now, all of these classic cards were very posed. You know, it looks almost like a Sears portrait studio. The wrestlers would be in front of a mute screen and do their classic iconographic pose, and they would take a photograph of it. Very clean, very clear. Now, immediately looking at this, I can see it's a little off center, and I can see that it's a little dull around the edges, meaning that most of these cards are very bright white, and they maintain their clarity on the borders and on the edges throughout the years. It's pretty easy to keep these in good shape. So the fact that this one is faded a little bit, and when I say faded, I guess I mean more yellowed a little bit around the edges. The image itself and the surface looks fine, it's just that the edges have faded. So the corners look really good. It does look like a good representation of the Warrior. Overall, very happy. Like I said, it's a Pop 2 now. This is going to be the PSA 8 version. Let me read the back for the viewers. It does say, pressing opponents overhead as if they were weightless, then dropping them face first to the mat was his famous wrestling move. This was before he started doing the shoulder spike as his flying shoulder as his finishing maneuver, followed by a splash. He used to do the Gorilla Press Slam early on in his career. I think they changed that because a lot of wrestlers didn't want to take the Gorilla Press Slam. He was known for hurting opponents because he would just drop them in the center of the ring. And also, this is somewhat of a Native American gimmick. If you think about the Ultimate Warrior, the way that he talked, the way that he chanted, the war paint, there's a lot of Native American stuff going on. So that shoulder spike and that splash and, you know, just his war dance was a little bit more playing onto that gimmick as well, whereas the Gorilla Press Slam didn't really have anything to do with that culture. It says his special feats and talents: he's the WWF Intercontinental title, great strength and wrestling knowledge. His fearsome appearance in war paint is his unusual characteristic, and war pendants, again, playing off that Native American riff. So I'll be interested to look at my 1990 version and see if the back is the same. Here is the back again, faded and yellowed slightly, but still in really good shape. That's the kind of wear that you like. You'd rather have the wear on an older card be all over the card as opposed to a crease or some blemish that takes away from the overall look of the card. You want to be able to look at it and not have anything really catch the eye. So I consider this to be a good example. What do you folks think? Still a Grail card of mine, but like I said, now that there's a 10 out there, this is going to not have the same value that it had before. I don't care though, still a Pop 2. I've got a PSA 8 of a very rare card. Very, very happy. Thank you folks for your support and for watching the channel. Keep collecting. Have a great week.